Peace. What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be talking about the Umidigi A7s versus the Umidigi A3x. Now, the Umidigi A3x was released in December 2018, almost a year ago, and the Umidigi A7s was released in 2020 in September. Now, the A7s is going to give you some really good features. Now, it's made of an all-plastic design, and it is going to be 195 grams of weight, so it's a pretty decent weight as well. But we're getting a lighter device on the A3x, 186 grams. This is made of metal and glass, so really premium materials. It also comes in gold as well as this gray color, and this one comes in the black, blue, and green color. Now, the 6.53-inch display on the Umidigi A7s is actually really impressive. You get facial recognition on here as well, and it's an IPS LCD panel as well. Now, the A3x is 19:9 aspect ratio, whereas the Umidigi A7s is going to be 20:9 aspect ratio, and it's also going to be 720x1600 pixels HD plus, whereas you're only getting 720x1512 HD plus on the A3x. So just keep that in mind. Now, we are getting 294 pixels per inch on the A3x and 269 pixels per inch on the A7s. So more pixels per inch when it comes to the A7. Actually, when it comes to the A3x, 294 on here versus 269. So more pixel dense when it comes to the A3x when it comes to the overall pixels on the screen. But you can see when it comes to the overall screen to body ratios of both displays, we're getting more display on the right. Now, when it comes to the gaming performance on the A3x, we are getting a Helio Peak A22 which is a quad core at 2 gigahertz clock speed, and on the A7s we are getting A53 at 1.3 quad core. So I mean, both of these devices do perform really well without any lags when you're gaming. So let me just show you what I mean. Now, we are getting 2 gigabytes of RAM on the ARM Mali T720 MP2 clocked in at 550 megahertz for graphics. So it's a pretty decent processing chip overall for the Umidigi A7s. When it comes to gaming, you can see right here, it does have a gyroscope, so when you're gaming you can tilt the phone and it's pretty responsive. Just a small slight tilt of the phone, you can see that it's actually working very well. So I definitely think this is cool. Gaming is really smooth, so I didn't really have any issues with it whatsoever when it came to the graphics with the 2 gigabytes of RAM on here, 32 gigabytes of internal storage. You do get drifting on here, and overall it's just really smooth. I was able to play PUBG, Call of Duty Mobile as well, things of that nature. And you can see there's no headaches, hiccups, or anything like that on this really budget device. It's on sale now for $80, but it's going to be eventually $100 when they actually have the final sale of this price, this phone. So I definitely think that's a great price for the performance that you're actually getting from it. It's actually really smooth. I haven't seen one headache or hiccup yet on this device. So honestly, that's actually pretty cool. And they are giving us the proximity sensor, the light sensor, the accelerometer, the compass, and the gyroscope on this device, but we don't get an LED for notification or anything like that on the front. But we do get a shortcut button on the left of it, which will actually give you the option You see the facial recognition right there. To unlock your device, you get the facial recognition. You get that shortcut key right here. And you can actually set it to any app. This one is actually set to measure temperature on objects and people. And I think that's actually pretty cool. Okay guys, so this is the graphics on the Umidigi A3x. And you can see right here, it's actually pretty smooth. 3 GB of RAM, 16 GB of external storage, expandable up to 2 TB with the external SIM. So that's actually external CD, SD card. And the graphics on here are actually pretty smooth overall, so you can expand this storage with the SD card as well. Let me see.
Lost the lead. We're capturing C. Heads up, team. Enemy UAV spotted. We captured C. Losing B.
We also do get a gyroscope on here, proximity sensor.
We're capturing Alpha.
So when it comes to the gameplay, it's actually pretty smooth overall, which is good because if you're into like PUBG Mobile or Call of Duty Mobile or Asphalt 9 or anything like that, this game will actually perform without any hiccups or bugs or headaches or anything. So I could definitely say it's a pretty decent smartphone for, you know, your budget price point. You can see no lag whatsoever here. Let me just see.
Lost Charlie. Losing Bravo. Is inside. We're capturing C.
These guys are good, man.
We're almost there.
Okay, but you will be able to game perfectly fine, no issues whatsoever.
We're being dominated.
And you
Take
can
those
see.
positions. We tied for the lead. Capturing A. Hostile sentry gun in your AO. Lost that round, but it's
And
not over
we lost
yet.
by like 1 point, damn. On the A7s, we do have a 13 megapixel standard lens, and on the wide angle, it's an 8 megapixel. We do get a portrait, which is a 2 megapixel as well. And we're getting digital zoom, triple cameras, digital image stabilization, autofocus on here, geotagging, exposure compensation as well. And the selfie camera on here is an 8 megapixel, which one of the things that's also to note is you can get ultra wide angle up to 120 degrees, and the macro camera can you could do photos up to 4 centimeters distance, which is kind of cool. Alright guys, so here are the Geekbench results, and you can see on the Umidigi A3x it came at a single score of 149 versus 90 on the A7s, and the A7s has a 304 and the Umidigi A3x has a 458. So this one, you can see that the 3 GB of RAM definitely helps out. Both of these devices do have Android 10, and one is running 4 cores, the other has the 8 cores. So, you know, this one is definitely keeping up well for having 4 less cores altogether, in my opinion, and the price range is pretty good for both of these devices as well. But overall, I think both devices are actually pretty cool. You won't have NFC on these devices, but you will get Bluetooth 4.2 on these. You will get screen share, so you can share your screen, hotspot as well, and night mode. I believe you also do get that Wi-Fi calling feature, which a lot of people do ask about. So let me just show you what I'm talking about. Wi-Fi calling, and then you click that. Let me see if it's on this one. So what you do is go to advanced, and then you can see right there it's on the A3X. If you type it in this one right here, you also do have that option. And then you could go to 4G calling and improve the calling as well. But I think it's pretty cool. Both of those phones do have that feature as well. You also do get wide angle on the A7s, but you don't have the wide angle camera mode on the Umidigi A3X. But overall, I really do like the overall aluminum design on the A3X. It kind of gives you a vibe that this is like more premium than it really is. But both cameras are actually pretty decent. You can switch that mode. Like I said, you do get portrait on the rear and the front on the A3X right here. But on the A7s, when you flip the camera around, you only get portrait on one side. So you don't get the front facing portrait. You see how it just cuts it out right there. But I could definitely say both of these devices are pretty cool. For the price, they're definitely going to be on Black Friday as well. But like I said, definitely think both of these devices are pretty cool for the money. If you're new to the crew, get locked in with me, join the crew. And if you're already subscribed, salute. But in the meantime, I'll get right with you. Peace.